What's up guys, this is Titan MX Customs. My name's Max. Today we're going to be tearing apart my well-neglected CRF450R. I want to waste no time at all. Let's get these plastics off so we can go wash the bike. Cue the clips. Alright guys, so while I'm taking apart these plastics, just want to do a quick backstory about this bike. I bought it back in 2020. It's originally from Hawaii, which I think is a pretty cool fun fact. It definitely was never washed in Hawaii, or at least rarely was. The zinc plating has worn off almost all the major bolts, and the cases on the engine have been stained. And that's kind of the premise of why I'm taking apart this bike. I want to clean it up, make it look pretty much brand new, but also keep a lot of the cool factors about this bike. Like, it definitely was taken apart before. It's got the black frame, the black swing arm, which I'm planning to keep, just redo. But besides that, since I've been owning it, I've only done general maintenance like tires, oil changes, air filters, oil filters, the whole, general maintenance stuff. So let's hear this bike start up and then get to washing it. Alright guys, that's all the plastics out. Let's go hook up the power washer and get this thing squeaky clean. Alright, the bike is as clean as it's going to get for right now. Like I said, we're going to take the whole thing apart and clean it. A lot of it is just surface rust and stuff that just isn't coming off with the power washer or even scrubbing it down. So it's going to be a long run, but we're going to get this thing dialed and looking sick. Jumping right into this teardown, we're first taking apart the exhaust, and honestly this was the worst part about the teardown, was noticing we have two cracks on the subframe. Right here at the airbox mount, which I'm about to show you, it's just completely broken off, and the other one's right at the right hand exhaust. It's just a pretty substantial crack that we're definitely need to weld up and then maybe bend back out because there's some rubbing on that exhaust as well. But as a plan for this bike, I really just want to do an overhaul on everything. I've powder coated before. I'm going to be powder coating some parts, but I really want to practice my Cerakoting. I've never done it before, and getting to zinc plating, because as I said prior, the bolts are all crusty. They're just roached out. They need to be replated, sandblasted, replated, the whole 9 yards. So I want to work on that and pretty much just making this bike look brand new. I kind of want to dance around with making those forks nitrite coated, doing maybe like a black on top as an outer tube and then a gold inner. I think that would look pretty sick. I plan on powder coating those triple clamps as well. As for engine wise, I'm going to completely tear apart the engine. I want to do a typical top end on it and then take a look at the crank and see what it needs, if there's any play in that connecting rod. It does have 113 hours, so I am expecting the worst and hoping for the best, but we actually have a recall we have to do on the C5 gears. So no matter what, we're cracking open the main cases and taking apart the transmission, and throwing that, fixing that recall on that C5 gear. Right here, I'm showing you just how unhappy I am with how it's been kept. Like, that hose line should be black. It's not. It's like almost white, and then just dirty all around. And I'm starting to notice the wiring issues here, and just, you know, making note of what needs to be replaced and tagging stuff that I'm pulling apart, and, you know, just going step by step. But right now I'm gonna shut up and let you guys enjoy the clips of me tearing apart this bike. That's one. Two for two, baby. That's what I like to see. Woo, those smell terrible. Alright guys, so while we're tearing apart the cockpit and the front end of this bike, I just want to give a quick backstory about myself. I am certified in Honda and Yamaha power sports. I obtained those certifications through MMI, Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. I learned a lot there, but there's always room to learn more. So if you guys have any suggestions, advice, or constructive criticism, I'd greatly appreciate it in the comments below. This is actually my first from the ground up build. I did a previous build on my 250X, and that was just kind of throwing aftermarket parts on there and throwing some new plastics on there and making it look a little bit more modern. So I'm pretty pumped about tearing this one completely apart, and that's where you guys come in. I have a pretty solid roadmap of what I want to do with this bike, colorways, parts, brands, but if you guys have any other suggestions, I'm all open ears for it. I'm pretty stoked. I want to build this together with you guys, make this thing as sick as possible. This is also my first Titan MX custom video that I'm filming, so if you guys have any suggestions on how you want to see the video laid out, if you want it a little bit more cut, a little bit more raw, shorter, longer, I'm open ears, even if you want me to talk more in post like I am right now, or talk more live throughout the video like my intro. I want to hear it all. Leave it in a comment below, and hopefully we can get this bike built ASAP because it's already torn apart, and all I want to do is ride it. Thanks for listening, guys. Let's finish disassembly of this bike and enjoy the rest of the video. guys. We're going to drain the coolant so we can move the radiators out of the way to get the header off. Let's get it. Alright guys, the time has come. Let's finally get this engine out.
here we are, guys. We finally made it to the end of the video. The 450 is all the way stripped down in the frame, engine's on the bench, and I got all the parts laying right here next to me. If you made it to the end of the video, I really appreciate you, and thank you for watching.